The Journey podcast explores stories of personal growth, challenges, and life-changing moments. Each episode dives into unique experiences, offering insights and inspiration for listeners navigating their own paths. I believe everyone has a story worth sharing. If you'd like to share your journey with David and others, email your story to wisewords1983@reborn.com, and it may be featured in a future episode.
Our guest today is the founder of NetMafia and a web designer and SEO agency, an established educator in Udemy, with courses ranging from full stack MERN development to local SEO and WordPress development. With a passion for helping businesses enhance their online presence, our guest specializes in using AI tools to drive impactful SEO strategies, particularly for small businesses. He is also a content creator on YouTube, where he shares his entrepreneurial journey, offering valuable insights into web design, SEO, and digital marketing. We welcome Prerak to the journey.
Thank you so much, David, for the amazing introduction. I'm so happy to be here on your show. I mean, it's really a great privilege to be here and talk about the exciting topics that we are going to talk about.
You're welcome. Now, I know we got a few topics that we've got highlighted while going from me, and obviously I want to talk about how your journey is as a person, because technology can be part of a journey in impacting, from the outset, that is what you used to, that's what you want to do because it enhances people. And
Mhm.
AI nowadays, I know, is a more impactful thing, even though it's a collection of things put into it and it impacts it, but it has enhanced the way people perceive things, because before you would have to say, let me think on that and come back to it. So AI is a more insightful way of looking at things, I believe. But obviously, so how is AI best used for local SEO?
So, I would say that there are a lot of aspects in SEO, and with the advent of AI tools and technologies, I think it has made our jobs a lot of easier, and the costs have tremendously gone down. So, I think so. For those who have never even heard about SEO, so I'll just break it down in very simple terms. So, the main three pillars of SEO are on page, off page, and technical SEO standpoint, right? So I would say that these three are the tripods of SEO. Even if one of them is missing, the tripod will lose its balance and it will fall down, right? So in terms of on page are all the activities and the tactics that you apply on your website so that it helps your articles and your website pages rank higher on Google search results for the particular keywords, right?
Mm.
And for the off-page SEO are all the things and the things that you do outside of your website, which helps your website rank high on Google search results. And lastly, technical SEO is all the things that you fundamentally do with your website so that, in terms of the performance, speed, and all the things that Google eyes in the terms of having the top-notch performance level is what you basically do to optimize. So in terms of how AI has helped in terms of SEO, I'd say it has obviously a lot of pros than cons, I would say, because we can do keyword research without having to spend, hundreds of dollars into, paid tools like SEMrush and Ahrefs. I'm not trying to say that these two tools are useless now, because I myself am using Ahrefs, the paid plan, which cost me about $300 a month. But for those who are just starting their own business and would like to have some sort of online presence and get some leads, for them, I think it's pretty cheap and very easy to get started with in terms of doing keyword research, building content, and just trying to build backlinks. I mean,
Mm.
all those things I've documented in my SOP guide, which I'd love to share it with your audience. They can get it for completely free of cost. It's a 21-page document where I break down each and every process on how to use different AI tools to go about it. And if they would like to get into more details of it, I have an entire AI local SEO course made, which has about 7.5 hours of video content published on Udemy.
Mhm.
So to break down each and every nitty gritty of it, I think it would take our entire time of podcast. So I think that's a really broad question.
Hmm.
If you could niche it down, maybe I can help you answer that question.
Yeah. So going into, because this is where I talk about algorithms and all. YouTube back in the day was easy to, I'm not saying it's not easy now, but for the creators, it's about
Hmm.
algorithms and hitting the right SEOs and the right tags. Because if you don't hit the right tags and hit the right SEO targets, your videos will perform underrated per se because you've not hit those magic things that they will pick up on. So for a basic video, I'm not saying that, people do basic videos because the content on YouTube nowadays has gone from what it was where you just got a camcorder or a little phone and you're recording yourself. You've got cameras like this will be on YouTube.
Hmm.
It may reach certain algorithms, but at the same time, it's about knowing that. So, in your opinion, what is the best reliable way of saying you can get a good source of relatability to people hitting your video and saying that's the right algorithm, that's it, and the right SEO. And you said about websites, is it similar to websites where you have to make it such a way that people can relate to it and find it at ease?
Sure. So one thing I'll definitely agree on with you is that YouTube has become like a second biggest search engine, just like Google. And I would say, in terms of optimizing video content for the algorithm, for the YouTube algorithm, I'd say for YouTube specifically, the algorithm is not YouTube. The people who are watching your videos are your algorithm. So if people watch your videos till the end, if they like your videos, if they share it with their other friends or family members, I think that's what's going to help you. So in terms of making your video quality top notch, even when I'm posting content right now, I don't have any professional editor with me. I most certainly edit all my videos myself, and I use a few AI tools which helps me out in terms of editing videos. But what matters the most, the underlying factor of getting your video most amount of views and getting ranked, is the content itself. What information are you passing through your video? Now, I'm trying to say that these editing and the motion graphics and the animations and making the most engaging form of video is not beneficial. Of course it is, because at the end of the day, if you're not trying to catch your users' attention, their viewers' engagement rate, their watch time, it's not going to help you. So um, there are a lot of factors, of course, in terms of I just want to confirm that I'm not trying to digress from the question that you asked, right?
That's
I'm
correct.
still answering your question, right? So in terms of YouTube videos, I'd say that definitely, I think each and every business owner, everyone who wants to scale their business, or just you know they're trying to sell their service or products through internet, they should make videos on YouTube, just like how you're making videos on Instagram. Because in the eyes of Google, if you are asking in terms of SEO, there's a concept of Google EEAT framework, which is your experience, your expertise, your authoritativeness, and your trustworthiness factor. So you can incorporate this EEAT framework into your YouTube videos. And if Google searches and it analyzes that, okay, this person posts organic content on the website and also on their YouTube, it automatically powers up your YouTube videos and your website pages, the service pages, and so on.
Yeah,
So in terms of being a content creator, I think gone are the days then only few select people were making videos. I think now it's the perfect time, better now than never, I would say, that start making YouTube videos if you're trying to sell anything online.
no, I understand that because, like I said, I make videos for when I do the podcasts, and
Mhm.
audio podcasts was the thing when it first came out, and per se it still is. But at the same time, it's about the algorithm. So I thought I start uploading to YouTube, and my earlier videos are, audio files because I originally lost my original files, so I had to just upload the audio file. But the fact is, if you do the right thing, yes, you will hit the right target. But it's again, you got to know, and like you said, it's the right niche. You've got to have the right impact.
Yeah.
And so I do relate to that. So going back to your earliest memories then, because obviously we don't want to go all into it now, but what was your inspiration that started your career in your role as, NetMafia and web design and SEO agency?
Well, if you may allow, I'd love to, spend some time about talking about my journey.
Yeah,
So, as I said before, we started our podcast. It all started back in 2020 when I was 18 years old. The COVID pandemic had hit just worldwide, and India, where I live specifically, there was a nationwide lockdown for about 2 years or so. So I instantly realized that for me as an engineering student, post the lockdown, we didn't know that how long this lockdown is going to last. So I knew that definitely times are going to change. In terms of the demand for skills from engineers specifically is going to expand, and in terms of recruiters hiring these engineers, they will actually seek for the entire IT department from the one person. So I knew that I have to develop new skills, and that's when I leaned towards Udemy, and I bought my very first course on Android development. But at that time, I was very young. I didn't know much about Java at the time. So all the content was going way above my head. But I quickly realized that, at the top of the navigation bar on Udemy, there's an option to teach just besides your learning tab. So that got me thinking, is that so easy to teach on Udemy? If that's the case, then why shouldn't I teach on Udemy also? So as I started exploring more and more about how to teach on Udemy, I figured that, okay, I can teach, but what do I currently have? What skills do I currently possess that I can passionately teach about? And the only answer that came to my mind was C++ programming language, because that was language taught in my college curriculum. So for the next 9, 10 months or so, I spent filming these lectures, editing them, learning all these things by myself because I had no experience in editing. I had no experience in teaching in front of the camera. I had no experience in marketing my courses through SEO, because SEO is very important when you're trying to sell your digital products like courses in autopilot mode. So that's when I first learned about SEO. And then later on, when my, this lockdown and all, when all the offline lectures and offline classes had resumed, as a part of my college curriculum, we were supposed to do internships in companies. So I did internships, and as an intern, I got to experience different aspects of software testing, software development, SEO marketing, project management. And that's when I realized that although I can passionately teach about, coding and programming, I do not love doing that if that comes when it comes to contributing in a company and working with a team. I would love doing more of SEO work and helping businesses scale their online presence, because at the same time when I was publishing these courses on web development, and so a lot of people from our known circle reached out to me, offering me freelance projects on, building website for the business. So I realized that, as people think that websites are more or less like a digital business card, I felt more like it was a sales machine. And in order to fuel this sales machine, you either need Google paid ads, or you need to run some form of SEO marketing campaign. Only then you will get clients or customers on a consistent basis through website. Otherwise, there's no point on having a website on the internet. So I began, learning more about SEO, diving deep into it. And in the final year of my last semester, to be precise, of my college, I decided that, okay, I will start my own company, SEO marketing agency. And that's when I decided to, jump into entrepreneurship. And so far, we have logged about 2 clients or so. And the work is going pretty good so far. Soon I'll be publishing case studies on my YouTube channel. And so things have been going pretty good so far.
amazing to hear. And obviously, I will put the link of your YouTube channel for people to view.
Thank you.
So going to what we was talking about with your, interview topics, what we got. You always like to give tips for small business to increase the online visibility without breaking the bank. Now that is a key thing because the cost of living wherever you are in the world, in America, in the UK, India, the cost of living is not as cheap as it used to be. So
Yeah.
obviously it will say on your YouTube channel, and you've said it yourself, but is there any quick tips that you can give and advise people now with, apart from going to your website, obviously, or YouTube.
In terms of SEO, giving quick
Yeah.
tips, quick tips, I would say SEO does take time. It's not a quick, short-term marketing strategy. If someone is looking to get results instantaneously, they should rather go the route of PPC ads. SEO is a long-term strategy. So the whatever work you're gonna put in, it has to be on a consistent basis. That's like how you hit gym, for 4 to 5 days a week for at least 6 to 12 months. Those concepts pretty much apply the same on SEO as well. So if you what I'd say for sure is that all the business owners who have not made their Google My Business profile yet, I think they're missing out on a big opportunity because people nowadays are stuck on their phones. They are using Google Maps and they are trying to locate your shops, your offices, and if they don't find it on maps, and if they don't find it, maybe let's just say I'm looking for a barber shop near me. So this is the exact keyword that I would type on Google. And if I don't find it near my vicinity, I'm not going to go to that barber shop, right? So all those people who are leveraging the GMB, the Google My Business profile, and they are optimizing it in the best way, which I've broken it down in that SOP document, I think they would definitely get results, although not instantaneously. It will take time, about 90 days at least, but for sure they will get some result post that. And also not just that, if you have some cash to spend for your SEO marketing, you should use different tools like Bright Local to build citations across various different platforms. It's basically like a data aggregator where you basically put on your business name, address, and phone number. It should be consistent, although. So it just takes your information and it blasts through different local directories so that whenever the next time someone is searching your location, your shop or your business, they will find on Google. Otherwise, what happens in most cases is that some other business which has the same name as yours will rank than you. So make sure that if you're trying to rank locally, you should have a GMB profile, you should have citations. And I think those are the pretty basic steps when they are trying to put their foot down in SEO. Rest all the
Yeah.
things I've covered in my course and in my SOP document. And if they would like to, handle all those things to professionals, I think they should reach out to us and we handle all those things.
I get that. So
Because
every
SEO is like it's like a big thing. You can't just sit for about a day or two and just trying to binge everything and you expect that okay, now I'm pretty much good to go with SEO, because SEO takes time. It's a lot of time consuming process. If you're a business owner, you can't afford to put all your time and efforts into doing SEO marketing yourself, right? At some instant at some point in your stage, in your marketing stage, you'll have to outsource that work.
Yeah, so going into leveraging content creation and YouTube to grow your business, we touched upon that. It's about you utilizing the tools around you. Utilizing YouTube is a good way because not
Yeah.
everyone has got access to audio, or they might want to see a visual element. So, I got the visual behind me of, the yeah, but
Yeah.
it's not a normal globe what you see on
Yeah.
most things, but it just promotes this light, the world is, expanding, and that's how I envisage what's in my background. Now, before we had the technical difficulties originally, you had your background, but at the same time, when you use backgrounds, you use it for the purpose of presenting.
Branding. Yeah.
Yeah. So my branding, when I do have my actual proper branding, is like looks like a blue sign with, road going through and there's a bridge and
Hmm.
it's about journey. Now that's a symbol, what they call in England a motorway. In America, they call it a freeway. When you're on those roads, you're going on a journey. So that's where my brand name for the podcast is, the journey, because
Hmm.
everyone deserves a journey in life, and that's what I believe it is when you do, when we talk about content creation, you're making a journey because you're making that standpoint to make it. And I'm not saying every video is like it, but you get certain points where you get a high, you get a low, and then you get the negative, then it goes into the comments. So you go to deviations, good, bad.
Right.
So is that how you would say leveraging content creation would be better if you just maintain that standpoint of doing certain things on YouTube, doing things on audio?
I personally use video content creation specifically on YouTube to just document my journey as an entrepreneur and the founder of my company. So I don't necessarily post any informative content which would target how I teach this. So I'm not trying to teach anything on YouTube. I'm just showing what I've done so far and what got me results. So if someone is watching my video and if they find some value out of it, I don't find any problem with that. Whereas the content that I post on Instagram, LinkedIn, and Facebook, it's pretty different. In 30 or 60 seconds, I try to jam pack that entire video with a lot of information on how to tutorials and tips and tricks and hacks and things like that around web design and SEO. So in terms of again coming back to that root topic of why you should leverage video content creation and using YouTube to power up your SEO, is all it all boils down to how trustworthy you are, how authority you hold in around the topic, how much experience you have, and how much expertise you have in that topic. Because AI is developing so fast and so at the pace that we have never seen before in any other domains. And now even in AI you can produce video content which is pretty difficult to differentiate whether this is some a human being who has created this video or this is entirely AI made video. So how do we stand out? Because in the future obviously this is going to enhance more and more and more. So how do you actually stand out from that? So I'm prepping for that future, and that's the reason why I'm actually documenting my journey. I don't care if I'm failing in any of my things. Like just recently someone posted a comment on my video that how many clients you have landed through cold calls, and I told them that I haven't landed any clients through cold calls specifically. I have other uh, you know I have other techniques through which I get. There are other client acquisition models. So they asked me that how many calls that I have made so far, and I told them about 5,000 or so. And that's not something that I'm kidding. I've actually made those many. I've dialed so many numbers, and to them they felt that my conversion rate was not that great. And I agree with them because I'm not from a sales background. I'm still learning while documenting my journey. So I don't claim myself to be a sales expert. I don't claim myself to be like the having the best business acumen. I'm just like a small baby documenting his journey in business, and if someone finds some value out of it, they are more than welcome on my channel.
And I do accept
So
that.
it's like if I'm crawling, a small baby is crawling and the other baby hasn't learned how to crawl, they can see me how I'm crawling. Definitely my videos are not made for someone who is running right now,
Hmm.
but for someone who wants to learn how to crawl, they can see me.
Yeah, and I do understand that it's not a race to be, you know, millionaire in 60 days. It's about taking your time, and I like that.
Exactly.
And I like that you're approaching it in such a mature way that you're saying, okay, it might not happen straight away. I accept it, and you are accepting that per se because you're saying, yeah, it will happen, but I'm not expecting it to happen. So you
Yeah.
are accepting it as it is.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, it isn't like I've proclaimed myself to be, business expert in some other areas, and now if I'm not being able to keep up to that mark and that reputation, it's gonna damage my brand or my personal brand. It's just about signaling to people and other business owners that okay, hey, if we are going to hire this company NetMafia, I think this guy can pretty much do the job. Or I'm just trying to build a strong community of aspiring entrepreneurs. How lovely it would be to just because not all of your friends, not all of your family members would be so passionate and driven about starting their own business. Internet is the way to connect with people all around the world.
and
So I think that's
it
also one
is
of
a
the
more
reason
strong,
why.
it is a more stronger way of connecting with people now because,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you said, you're in India, I'm in America, and I've
yeah,
gone from England to America, so I can see the expense of, me connecting with my friends who are in England, which is 3,000 miles away. Now, where you are in India, you're further, but the point is, internet does connect you and it makes it feel personal because it's only an internet call away. You're only like a click away for a message.
Exactly. And in terms of business aspects also, it helps us get clients through all around the world. Like the clients that we have currently are not just from Mumbai, where I'm living in India. We have clients who have their headquarters in Singapore and Australia. So I think that's how, in the age of digital age, I think there's no just reason to complain about I'm not being able to do this or do that. You just need to put in more work than you think that you are doing. So it's all about how much work, how much effort you're putting. And uh, basically the only differentiating factor between you and the more successful person, who you think that the person is only the knowledge. There isn't anything else. There isn't any talent or anything that they're born with. It's just that they know something more than what you do. So you just have to bridge that knowledge gap. And if you are able to, you can, if you can put in that work, I think there's no one who can stop you from achieving the new heights.
Yeah, and I believe that. To finish our interview, and it's a thing I always ask, and it's a really good question, and it's actually good from your point of view because you're so young. What inspiration would you give to people who might be young like yourselves, to people who are of the golden age where they are older? What information or what inspiration would you give to people to move forward?
I love your question. You know why? Because my name, Prerak, it actually means inspiration, inspirer. So this may be coincidence, but um, I would say that um, there are a lot of distractions out there in the age of internet, and there are plenty of things that you can complain about, but just keep doing what you want to. Um, there are so many free stuff available on the internet, on YouTube. Just you are just few Google searches away from getting what you would like to know about. So just learn and don't get stuck in the learning loop. Try implementing all those things and keep doing it on a consistent basis. Be disciplined and take control of your actions. Be responsible and just become independent. Don't try to be dependent on your parents, on your friends, or just take control of your own life and move ahead in life. Nobody's going to wait for you. Nobody's going to stop you. It's only and only you who is going to stop and control your own. So that's the only inspiration that I have for, because you know there are so many people out there who have different views, so I can't narrow it down for just promoting and influencing others to start their own business. It could be freelancing, it could be getting that dream job. Whatever the case is, just keep working on it. Try to upskill yourselves. Try to learn every single day and be disciplined. I think discipline is the primary thing. All those things that as a kid we were taught by our teachers, our parents, that you have to wake up at this time, you have to sleep by this time, you have to eat this food, you don't have to eat this food, you have to do your homework on time. All these things at that time felt like punishments, and now all these things are now what helps us move ahead in life and achieving success that we think that it's so difficult to do, but it all comes down to the basics, and we ignoring all those basics that were taught in our childhood.
I believe that, and I just like to say know your links are shared here, but and I'll share them in the description. But I thank you for sharing your journey with me today. I
Thank
hope
you so much,
I
David.
hope people will relate to it. I hope people will understand, and it goes into a English expression: Rome wasn't built in a day, because it wasn't. And that,
Exactly.
and things will, take time, and also is about taking that time to make it successful.
Yeah, you're so right about it. Thank you so much, David. I had an awesome conversation with you. I hope your viewers find value out of it, and I'm really looking forward to connect with you in the future if that's possible.
That is possible. Thank you.